listen to W43 GORP. That's GORP. It stands for Yogurt or Rice Pudding. This is the podcast where we talk about a theme for the day, and we draw out of the assigned bag for the day based on the theme, perhaps, and they guide us on the conversation. The theme of which today is It's Hot Out There, y'all. My name is Josh. I have co-hosts.
One of them is Julie, this girl.
Hi, I'm Jess.
And we're joined by the mighty and
who
powerful.
Else we got, Josh?
Is Taylor.
Hello.
Hey, Taylor.
What's
I'm
up,
sorry for my
everybody?
assaulting voice. I'll change back to regular, and I'll pass it off to Taylor. Welcome.
Just flip that switch.
Okay, so
What are we pulling out of today, Taylor?
because we're beating the heat, I figured it was only appropriate that we get out the ice box.
That's so perfect.
There are people in there, I
Classic.
promise. Oh, they're flying out though now.
Ice cold. Ice cold.
Oh, we could
So
have
for beating
frozen
the
them
heat-
in ice.
That would
We're
have
talking
taken
about the heat
forever.
wave that's happening. It's summertime.
Good ideas.
Correction, it is actually a heat dome that the country is in. Who knew that was a thing? I didn't until this week. I'm almost 30.
I need
Is
to know
he-
more about this.
Is heat dome? Does that mean it's just like
What?
gonna stick like butts or what? What is dome?
Let's see what it says. What is a heat dome?
Like, all I'm thinking of is that Pauly Shore movie where they live
Cloud
in
dome. Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
heat
What is-
dome?
Yeah.
Making
A heat dome is
filter.
caused when atmosphere traps hot ocean air as if bounded by a lid or cap. Okay, so basically like some hot ocean breezes came off the coast into the country and it somehow is like trapped under a lid of some kind of air pressure. I'm guessing
I don't
hot
like it.
air.
I don't like
Are
it.
you
pressure
making
noises.
fart noises?
I'm not a meteorologist, so I do not know. Don't ask me.
Yeah, like, 'cause I have so many more questions. Like, is this normal for this time of year?
That's the new
I
theme
think
of
it's
the day.
very.
Let's talk about
I think
that.
it's very abnormal because a lot of states are experiencing record high temperatures for this time of
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
fish
definitely
are
not
dying.
And,
normal. All
and
right.
countries, right? England is suffering as well.
Yes.
No one
but
cares
because
about
it is
England,
so
but-
hot. We
No one
need-
cares about England.
Can't say that.
Stupid accents. I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous. All I
Every
can
5
say with an
miles,
English
They
accent
got a
is,
goddamn accent. It's different. I don't like it.
hey, this is normal. I just want to be able to speak in an English accent, okay? I can't.
Me
All I
too.
can say is pocket.
I'm bad at it.
Oh.
Say
I did
pocket.
it.
Now
I
that
did an
we've
accent in a
pissed
play,
off
it was bad.
all of our European viewers,
They know I like them. I'm the
Um,
lover of all.
no, it's not normal that we're in
We're
this heat
being
dome
silly.
heat wave. So
It's not normal.
we need some
We're going
ways
crazy.
to beat the heat.
How do we beat
And
the heat?
Because it is super hot out and it's not normal that we're in this heat dome, we need suggestions on how to beat the heat. So
Oh,
our first topic is going to be clothing optional. I think Jess should start us off on this one.
Okay, so because we have this video format of the podcast, I am wearing something underneath this shirt because it was super hot today. I think it got to like 102 where I'm at. But it's a tube top. Let me make sure everything's good. It's a tube top,
Yep.
like
safe.
jumpsuit thing.
It's adorable.
Oh, it is super
Adorable.
cute, though.
And it has like
Super cute.
wide pant legs that are super flowy, and it's so comfy. And then you don't have to sit like a lady; you can just kind of like chill too. And yeah, it's,
Tell the viewers why you wouldn't wear it for the podcast.
I couldn't wear it for the podcast because in some angles it looks like I'm not wearing anything at all. And I don't want to have to worry about that while I'm
It's not.
doing this.
It's not that kind of podcast, you guys.
They would take
Oh,
us off of
darn.
YouTube. We don't want that.
Is it like, what kind of material is it? I get that it's like a breathy, flowy material, but like your girl still is gonna sweat in the summer. So how does it handle that?
It is, but it's pretty good because it's like it's loose, so it like you get the airflow that's needed. And it's
Is
so
it shorts
soft.
or
Like it's one of
skirts
the
at the
softest things I have. Pants.
It's pants,
Ooh.
and you can roll them up if you have to, right?
Well, like they're just pants.
That's great. That's awesome.
I love it. I love
Ooh.
it. It's like a
Fantastic.
soft, stretchy cotton.
Yeah, it's super soft, super stretchy.
I love it.
So my
Nice.
real question is, and please ignore the car horn going off in the background if you can hear it. There's nothing I can do, guys. So the real question is, how do you go to the bathroom in those? And is it a
Oh,
challenge?
you go just naked. You pull it all the way down. You have to
Take 'em
hold it
all
because
over,
if
yeah.
you're in a public restroom, you don't want it touching the floor. So you have to like.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Don't wear slippy shoes.
That
Like,
seems
you
like
don't
more
want
trouble
to.
than it's worth almost.
Yeah, but
Just don't drink
sometimes
water.
you, like just dehydrate yourself in the heat.
That's the
I'm very much about like comfort and efficiency. Like I want it to be open and breathy, but like easily in and out accessible.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
always
yeah,
have
yeah.
these really large, like flowy tank tops that you have to wear like a bathing suit top or a sports bra underneath, so you're
Yeah.
like covered up. Otherwise, everyone can see everything. But it's so comfortable, and it's the best way to be in the heat because it's basically like you're wearing nothing, but
Mhm.
Right.
you are.
I
No,
got these.
That sounds awesome.
I got these Ren Fair pants that are like they're in. They have the back and the front that are attached at the ankles, and the waist wraps with wrap. So you're like, it's like it opens up. If this is your hip, like right here's where your hip is.
Oh, they're kind of like harem pants, but they're like split open, right?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I feel like if I'm beating the heat, like I can't do pants at all. Like I have to be in some kind of short of some type, and most of the time it has to be like a sweatpants short, like a loose kind of flowy sweatpants short, like something I would sleep in. Those are my absolute favorite, and then generally I'll just go with like a sports bra or something because the less clothing, the better in the heat. Because if you found the right like cut of denim short, like anybody can make a denim short work. It's just a matter of like what kind of style you want. Yeah, if you're thinking like John Cena shorts, then yeah, you're gonna look like a dad or something like that. But you know, you can get like a little slimmer cut, maybe something a little shorter that's like cut above the knee. That would be really cute. Fashion advice, yours truly.
Yeah, you got the sweat shorts. Yeah, Amazon. If you like sweat shorts, that's what I'm wearing. The good old
Costco too.
sweat shorts. Nice and cottony and full of flex.
They also
I got a
have
big
stuff
booty.
that's like the jogger material, like it's kind of lycra-y, where it's that spandexy fabric, but it's not like tight or like bicycle shorts, you know? It's loose and flowy. Like my boyfriend has a bunch of those shorts.
I just bought like 4 pairs for Cade at Costco. Like it was like 2 for $12. And he's like, these are the best shorts ever. They're so soft, they're airy, they're breathing, and they look nice. But they're just like fancy jogger lycra shorts. I don't get it.
Right.
But
I have a couple pairs of those, but they don't stretch very much. And if you get wet, they're very hard to take off.
See, I used to think it was weird that I would sometimes wear like a bathing suit top in lieu of a bra, or if it was like super hot, just literally walk around with the shorts and the bathing suit top. But I'm noticing more and more that there are like, it's a fashion thing now where women will just wear like bandeau tops or like a bikini, like literally a ocean swim bikini. I can see the ties in the back and everything, so I know it is like out with shorts. I went to this fancy grocery store the other day, like bougie grocery store, and this woman walked in and she was just wearing shorts and literally like a triangle bikini top. I'm not saying
And for
anything that it looks
context-
good or bad or whatever, but I'm surprised that people feel like, oh, this is something that is like normal now, because growing up like that would not have been socially acceptable, I don't feel.
Yeah. Where do you live?
Currently, I live in Los Angeles.
Okay. See, context. I hear that's a thing there, is the bathing suit outfit. No rules.
Okay, so is it just a here thing?
I think so.
If I did that, I would get very many dirty looks.
I don't know. I went into what shop did I go into the other day? Oh, I was going out to dinner with my boyfriend and some like family of his, but we got there early, so there was an Urban Outfitters next door, and I was like, let's just run in and walk around and see what they got because we have time to kill. All of the tops there were like some kind of corset, like bustier type situation. And not only that, they were like mesh, like see-through, like free the nipple, everything. I'm all about it if that's what you're into. I don't judge. I was just, again, very surprised that, because I feel like that stuff is marketed towards a younger demographic, like, young adults and even teenagers. So I feel like that's an interesting choice for them to be offered, because that would not have been the case growing up for myself.
Well, let me tell you, I'm helping out at a queer camp this week, and one of the girls, I mean, it's like teens, and one of them's like 13, 14, wearing a bra as her shirt, and I'm like, and it's at a church as well, and I'm just like,
wow. Okay, see, so it's not just LA then, because I'm seeing these fashions
she had a jacket. She had a jacket over it, but it was
okay.
But yeah.
Still, but you could see it.
Fashion.
That's my point, though. Like I'm seeing in these major
you're right.
fashion markets that this is like a trend that's happening. I don't know if I'm just super old and can't get on board, or if I'm not cute anymore, but I feel a little uncomfortable for myself to be wearing it. Like, other girls look great in it, but me, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't either.
Yeah, it's definitely not like street fashion anymore.
I'm just thinking,
That's
like,
what
when I was a teenager, like, there were, like, halter tops were a big thing, and, like, tube tops and crop tops. Obviously, it's all coming back now. But my mom wouldn't let me wear any of those stuff. I grew up in a very strict, like, Catholic household. And so now, as an adult, I'm like, I've never worn a crop top outside of this house.
Okay, see, I grew up in like the opposite situation, not very religious household whatsoever. And my parents pretty much, within reason, obviously, let me do a lot of things growing up. Wearing clothes especially was not something that I was super restricted in. And the times that I chose to wear tops that like didn't have a back or like had a cutout that was like maybe a little more revealing, I noticed that personally, even though I wasn't being told not to wear it, I felt a little insecure myself. And again, I think that's because growing up, that wasn't like the norm for people to be doing. And in your brain, you're kind of like, oh, people are looking at that. Is that okay? Like, what are they going to, like, you feel more insecure about it because it's not a situation that you encounter all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you think it has to do with, because we've, like, there's been a lot of dress code changes within, like, the last few years, and, like, women are like, girls can show their shoulders and not be sexualized, and so now we're just like, wear what you want, like, just be happy.
My school didn't have a dress code growing up, did it? Do your schools?
I wore a uniform.
You wore a uniform. What about you, Julie?
Uniform.
Everybody wore a uniform. I went to public school, so there were no uniforms. You could pretty much wear whatever you want as long as you like weren't breaking the dress code. And I don't remember.
Catholic school.
Catholic school.
Your public school uniform? So we didn't have a dress code at all throughout all of elementary, middle school, high school. And again, I don't think that like I ever felt insecure or anything because I was told I wasn't supposed to do it. Like, they would let girls wear tops that would show their shoulders and no one got yelled at. Like, people would wear mini skirts. Our school is very lax about their dress code. As long as you weren't wearing like gang colors or affiliations like that, you were pretty much good. So I never really, that part didn't make me feel insecure. I think it came from the societal pressure of like, that's not the normal thing for people to be doing. And now it's just less stigmatized. So on top of the fact that I'm older, more mature, more comfortable in my body, have like come into my own a little bit, it is more acceptable in society to show your body and be okay with it, and then people not shun you for it. Because that is like pretty normal in a lot of other countries. Like in European countries, you can pick up a regular newspaper and there will be a naked woman on the cover, you know? That's normal there. It's also probably a great way to beat the heat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Oh, we are.
Let's do it.
The next topic is... Ooh. Activities. I think this is going to be a fun one.
This will be fun. Well, I know as far as like, because especially also kids, right? Like they're expensive. And so when you're trying to beat the heat on a budget, like you have to find the cheap stuff. But there's always a caveat, right? So we took our kids to the splash pad. My niece and nephew were in town too, so it was 5 kids. And we like go to the splash pad, and it's seriously just like what 15 or 20 like little spouts just shooting up randomly.
Is that just like at a public park thing, like a water facility?
Yeah.
At a
In the winter,
okay.
In the winter, it's a skate park, an ice skating rink, so it's really cool. But in the summer,
awesome.
It's really neat. But in the summer, it's a splash pad, and when you have children that have already gone to like really cool water parks, this splash pad is like the most boring thing they could ever imagine. So we're like, can we go? That's free. So anyways, it turns into me trying to convince them it's fun by like standing over the spouts. Like, oh, let's do a game. Like everyone pick a spout, and the first one that gets like sprayed loses. And so, you're the adult that ends up soaking wet in all their clothes.
I feel that.
I'm like, it really is fun. Do it. It's fun.
No, our splash. So our splash pad has like a river that runs through with like a waterfall, and like it's a brand new park. Cool. It was just built last year, and then like it flows into this other section with like water toys and like little spouts, and I ran underneath the waterfall last time I was there, and
that sounds like
went home soaking wet. It was a good time.
You just end up being hot and wet. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say another thing we like to do for like summer activities is I like to put like this sprinkler underneath the trampoline and just let my kids go wild. Like
that is so
their
fun.
favorite thing.
That's brilliant.
Like, we bought our house and it had like the trampoline already, like it has a hole built for the trampoline so they can't fall off of it, which is nice. So I put the water under and they go wild.
That's awesome.
Hold on. There's it's like
an in-ground trampoline. Is this not a thing? Like, is this not a thing?
I've only ever seen like above ground trampolines.
No, like it's you. I guess it might be Utah. So like you pay someone and they dig out this like the circumference of the trampoline size, and you put your trampoline in the hole so that way they don't fall off and break toes or legs and stuff.
Brilliant.
I bought the house. Okay.
I thought they just had the ones that sit above the ground and with a giant net, and that's what keeps your children in the trampoline.
See, that's how it is normally. But like, we bought the house with that. We got a very good deal on our house, and Utah market is ridiculous. I also have a full-size basketball court back there. So party at my house.
Do you need another spouse? What's going
But
on?
all of my kids are going to be less than 5'4", so it is literally useless for us. Like, we're not basketball players. We're soccer players. We're tiny humans. we're encouraging our son's gaming thing. He's really good at Fortnite and Minecraft, and we're just gonna put him in esports.
I love that. I want to do that with my son. That is so smart. I want to talk more about that.
See, that's why.
Don't touch me.
That's why one of my favorite ways to beat the heat is like going to the movies or like going to see a show somewhere. Not only is the theater going to be super cold, but it's going to be dark. You get to just relax for a few hours, take a load off. No one's going to bother you. If there's no good shows or movies going on, the aquarium is always a great option. Also, like super cold when you go in and very fun, but like you can go outside to the outdoor exhibits too. And that's also really like, if you want to get outside for a little bit, you can go and do that. Love it.
My favorite part about like leaving air conditioning is like going outside and standing in the sun like a lizard and just, yes.
I always think that sounds so good. And then I go and do it. And after like 10 minutes of laying there, it just gets so unbearably hot that you're like, okay, I have to go stand in the pool and stay here forever now.
Wait, okay. I like it.
What's next?
I love lizards.
That's one of my favorite ways to beat the heat is just you grab some like magazines, some comic books if you're a nerd like me, you get a lounge chair, grab an umbrella, set up right next to the pool, and then you just like stand in the pool and read in the sun all day. No one bother me. It's the best.
I can't remember the last time I relaxed at a pool. Like, the pool is not a relaxing time for me because I have 2 4-year-olds that like to try to kill themselves.
Yeah, you always got to be on watch.
That sounds rough. Yeah.
All right.
They don't ever try to stop killing themselves or each other.
Ever. We could do a whole episode about how my kids have almost killed themselves or each other. It is.
Yeah.
It's okay, Jess, because, you know, when your kids are feeling the heat, it's getting to them a little bit and they need to, you know, cool off and you can just bribe them and be like, if you guys behave, I can get you some frozen treats.
Ooh. All right. We
What's
are
your go-to?
fools. We're fools if we don't start with the ice cream truck, right?
Oh my God. Okay, everybody has to say what their ice cream truck number 1 is right now. Go.
Rocket Pop.
Ice cream sandwich. I'm so lame. It's so
Okay.
good.
I'm a little weird because I'm not from LA where I live now. I'm from New York. So young Taylor's favorite treat from the ice cream truck growing up was definitely a snow cone. But older Taylor, because she lives in LA and has different options to her available, definitely the sour warhead bomb pop. Phenomenal.
Ooh.
That sounds
All right.
amazing.
Looks like I'm trying.
I saw an ice cream truck, probably on TikTok. They were selling popsicles, and it says "Eat the Rich," Pops Rich Sickles, and so there's like Jeff Bezos
I
and like Elon Musk.
So it's, yeah, Josh, it's basically like that Sonic pop that you're thinking of, like the character pops, like the Ninja Turtle or the SpongeBob kind of pop, but it's like giant, it's like billionaires, like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Like said. They're interesting.
That's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll make
But that's
money.
like, it's like $10 an ice cream. I was like, not worth it.
I don't know. With inflation these days, that doesn't sound so ludicrous.
No, he's talking about Rupert Grint. He really did buy an ice cream truck and give away ice cream, like, to people in England.
Oh man, we should have talked shit about England. Now we won't get any.
See,
Okay,
I
so
was never really like much of an ice cream person. I was always more of like an ices person, like water ice type of person. And the thing that upsets me so much being in LA is there are very few Italian ices places. In New York, they are plentiful Italian ices options. There is a chain of them throughout New York. You can pretty much find Italian ices in almost any pizza shop that you go into. They are readily available and one of my favorite things, but they are so freaking hard to find out here. There is one place that I have found. They started out as a food truck, and then they got like a couple more trucks, and then they opened a shop, and now they're like blowing up into this super big, like famous company. They're getting sponsorships with like Disney and the LA Dodgers. But I love that place. That place is great. So I'm glad I found that place at least. It's called Happy Ice. You should check it out if you're in LA. Okay, so Italian ice is basically kind of like a shaved ice situation. It's a soft form of like a water ice. There's no cream or anything. Sometimes they have cream flavors, but it's basically like a soft, it's like ice cream, but ices. If that makes sense. It's really hard. I don't know how to describe it.
So you said I could bribe my kids with treats. So we have shave ice stands everywhere here. Shave ice stands, but I would choose Dole Whip. I would go to the Dole Whip stand. And
is that where they put cream on top as well? The cream? You got to put the cream on top of
the shave ice, or they'll do cream if you ask for it. But I would take Dole Whip over shave ice any day.
Your girl cannot go to Disney and not get a Dole Whip.
I've never heard of Dole Whip. I just thought it was a brand of shaved ice.
Oh my
god! It's frozen pineapple.
It's like sorbet.
In a sorbet form.
Yeah, it's like a frozen sorbet. So good. It's one of like the top selling treats at Disney. If you ever go to Disney, definitely get the Dole Whip. I always do. I'm there with you.
I'm allergic.
They have other flavors.
Do they? Okay.
Oh my god, I eat Dippin' Dots all the time. Your girl is a frozen treat connoisseur. Yeah. Okay, so not only I remember back in the day you could only get them if you went to like an amusement park. Like you went to Six Flags or something, you could find Dippin' Dots. Now, I've seen shops in malls now, which never used to be a thing. And now if you go into 7-Eleven or like a gas station sometimes, they have a freezer, a Dippin' Dots freezer where there's like pre-packaged Dippin' Dots. Yeah.
All day.
Josh is going to go to the gas station, try to find some Dippin' Dots.
I think I had some last week. Our next topic is summer overrated?
This is a hard one.
I feel like people want to say that because they're like, you're only told that it's good because you don't have school, so you've been conditioned to like just like the summer since childhood, but when you really think about it, it's just hot and gross. And I kind of agree that it is hot, but I also disagree that it is overrated because it is probably my second favorite season. I want to say it's my favorite because I have a lot of good memories, but also I love the spring way too much. But summer's amazing. I don't care that it's hot. That's the whole reason I moved to Southern California was because I hated the cold. So I'm down for the heat. I'd much rather have that over the snow and the cold any day. And I just like the vibes of summer. People are a lot more carefree. They're a lot more lax. You can go out and do things in the world without being like hindered by weather conditions or what you're wearing. It's just the time to like have fun and let loose. The days are longer. The nights are warm. It's great.
Taylor says.
If it is, I just wrote it.
She just wrote the song. It's her love ballad this summer. It's okay. I love it too.
Sorry, not
What
sorry.
about you, Julie?
I think I have to be I must dissent. I just look better in I look better in winter clothes. So I just like, and that like a lot of like my like I don't know, like confidence comes from feeling like I look good, and I don't look good in summer clothes. So
okay, I think that's kind of where we're on the same page but differ.
Yeah.
I hate layers. That's what I'm saying. Like same, like you want to feel comfortable in your clothing, and that's probably part of the reason like people feel that they like certain seasons because they like that fashion for that season.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like feeling confined by whatever I'm wearing. And with winter, you always have to wear like layers. You need a jacket. You need a sweatshirt. You need like leggings under your jeans. It's too much. And then you get inside and you're dying of heat stroke.
No underwear, no bras all day.
Then why don't you like summer? That's like free the nipple.
Yeah.
I do that in the winter too, so.
If I don't leave the house, I'm not wearing it.
Unpopular opinion, I really dislike fall.
Really? Oh my goodness.
I think fall is my least favorite season. I don't know. I don't hate winter too. No, I just okay. Hear me out. Here's the thing. People love fall because they like holidays, and the fall is holidays aplenty. So there's plenty of stuff to like keep people entertained, keep them engaged with the season at hand. That's all fine and good.
I don't like fall.
Okay, see, that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Halloween. It's possibly my favorite holiday, if not one of my favorite holidays. Thanksgiving, amazing. Who doesn't love gorging themselves on food? I'm all about that. However, people just, they're all like, oh, leaves, the weather's nice, and pumpkin spice. I don't really care that much about pumpkin spice. Pumpkin flavored things are good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against them.
Tongue.
Don't need them, though. And in LA, the thing that I've noticed is fall does not exist. Our falls are very, very hot. Like, very hot. Okay. So you think you get to wear, like, your sweaters and look all cute and, like, your scarves and your hats, but it never gets cold enough to wear that stuff until it's too cold where, like, you have to wear things heavier than that. So maybe it's just where I am. But I don't know. It also just brings me connotations of like when school used to start up and then you'd have to start doing schoolwork. It just makes me think of like the busy time when everybody goes back to like their normal lives after summer. And I think that's why I don't like the fall. It's like, oh, everybody was like super lax and chill and like doing their thing, even though they were still working a lot of the time. And now we've moved back into fall, and because kids are back in school and, you know, the teachers are back in school, everybody's like, okay, we have to go back to being like serious now. It's like a killjoy for me almost.
You're very emotionally connected to your seasons. I like it. But listen, winter's the most romantic season.
No, I hate winter.
But it's romantic. If there's snow on the ground, it's romantic. That's all.
If there's fresh snow, it's romantic.
Snow angels with your loved one?
I live in Utah. No.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right, Josh. I think winter is definitely a give or take season because people either love it, they're like, oh, I get to be with my family, the holidays, like all this stuff. But if you don't have anyone to like enjoy those things with, or if you're away from your loved ones, it's really hard. It's a very hard time for a lot of people, actually. So I can see that. Winter is... I definitely have like a love-hate situation with winter.
Well, and plus you get the seasonal affective disorder. You brought up seasons. We said we were going to talk about seasons. That's a whole episode.
Because we were talking about if summer is overrated, and part of figuring out if summer is overrated is figuring out if the other holidays are actually better.
Okay, I get it.
Other seasons. So, I think it made sense. All right, y'all. So because we're coming up on the end of our podcast, I only have a few topics left in the icebox. If you want, you can pick one. I will read you the remaining topics.
Okay.
You choose.
Me choose. Ooh.
Okay. You choose.
I'm the decider. Okay.
I choose.
So, our remaining topics, just for the audience. I have best libations. Hottest moment in your life. And this is probably the one I'm going to go with because your girl is a cinema buff. So I think we're going to go with heat wave features.
Heat
I was
wave
just going to say
features.
seltzer, anyways.
What
All right.
movies make us think of heat waves, are about heat waves? Do we feel like we should watch to cool down in a heat wave? What do we think?
Dang.
I'll go first. I've got one off. In the Heights. It is
In the Heights.
a musical written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's got a very Latin Caribbean sound to it. Like you get the da, 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 da. It's amazing. And they are in New York. There is a heat wave. There's like island dreams, and then there's like music and dancing, and it's like they brought the Broadway musical from the stage to the screen, and it's amazing.
I want to see that.
And there's also, it's a musical, so there's love stories. And
Have you
it's
seen
like
the
got the-
actual like stage production or just the movie?
I've only seen the movie, sadly.
Where do you see it?
I think it's on HBO Max right now. I listen to it all the time. It's my favorite.
Now that's a Lin-Manuel Miranda movie, so does that mean that that's your favorite like soundtrack of his? Because he's written so much music for so many movies.
That's a
I
trap
resonate
question.
it with a lot. I resonate with it a lot just because it talks about immigrants who have like their own story there, and there's a line like when we go from poverty to stock options, and I'm like, that's my freaking family. Like my abuelo came from Puerto Rico. He had to like enter his place of work from the back door because he was brown. And like my dad is now like, he has his doctorate, his brothers, one has a PhD, the other one is a master's of electrical engineering. Like it's just, it really hits me like, whoo, I'm getting emotional. I'm starting to cry. But, yeah.
Oh no.
That's powerful.
I'm so proud of like it's just so cool. Yeah.
So does it make you feel like you're in the heat wave, or does it cool you down when you watch it?
It just reminds me of Puerto Rico because I've been there a couple of times to visit my abuela, and it just reminds me of that feeling because it has that Latin music, and I love it. Sorry.
Hamilton had a little. The Hamilton soundtrack had a remix with like Questlove and all kinds of artists.
Mm-hmm.
It's really powerful. And then the Immigrants, Look How Far I've Come is a really good song. Have you heard that?
I have not, but I will write it down.
So like the hook is from Hamilton. It's like, immigrants, we get the job done. And that's like the whole premise of the song. And they get like a lot of Latin rappers.
Oh yeah, I have heard that one.
Kill it. Okay.
But I haven't heard that one. I haven't heard that version.
Our kids are obsessed with Hamilton. We listen to the soundtrack constantly.
Yep. I've been there.
Sorry, but that's not what this is about.
We'll talk about him again, like last week.
Yeah, Hamilton had problems in the wintertime. Yeah.
Okay. Julie, what's your movie?
I want to say like the only one that like pops into my head for summer. Not only one, Wet Hot American Summer, right? But I was thinking, I'm kind of also thinking Mamma Mia because we're talking about musicals, and I really love that one as well. Like, and it's even though it was like freezing cold when they filmed it, it still looks like a summery movie. So, but
yeah, definitely summer.
It's not as good as Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I mean,
it's just as good.
Amanda Seyfried and Meryl Streep.
Okay, all right, you're right. Oh, I don't know why I'm downplaying it. It's amazing. I want to watch it right now.
I'm crazy about.
What about you, Josh?
We've talked about it before, but it didn't record. Sandlot. That's the summertime special.
That's a good one.
Yes,
yeah.
Summertime.
And they had a whole
a
whole scene. A whole scene was like the heat wave, where like nobody wanted to play, and like the number one professional was like, "You wear your mom's bra if you don't play baseball today," and everyone's like, "Okay," and he's like, "What? Pussies?" Whatever. Beautiful. fucking
Bacon
movie.
like a toasted cheeser. It's so hot. I
So
always think of
that-
that moment in the Sandlot. They're at the
go
dugout.
to
They're
the-
all sitting there like
Yeah.
super defeated. And Benny wants to play baseball. And they're just dying, like melting like the clocks in that Dolly painting. And they're like, it is so
Yeah.
hot. And Ham just like slams the glove down and he's like, no. So good.
Yeah.
Classic.
I need
They
to
go to
rewatch
the-
it. It's been so long.
They go to the state
But then they go to the
fair. They all
pool.
vomit. They go to the pool.
They do go to the pool.
Yeah, because
And then
it's so
what's her
hot. They're
face?
like, we
Filmed
have
here
to
in
go
Utah.
look at the pool honeys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was filmed here, and I didn't know that. But like every time we drive by it, my husband's like, "That's where Sandlot was filmed in the pool."
Oh my god, take pictures for me.
Hey, that's great. That's great.
Like
One of
cool,
my
buddy.
favorite movies. Everything about that movie not only screams summer, but like in a heat wave, like I said, if I just want to sit inside in the air, watch a movie, that's one of the movies I'm reaching for. That is quintessential summer film. It is the best to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
in a heat wave. It's a classic.
Yep.
And
It captures.
It's
Oh, sorry.
it's fire. It's fire.
It really is. It's been. I need to
Well-
rewatch it.
The kids in our neighborhood at night play baseball. Like they wait for it to cool down and they go, like everyone gathers around and they all play ball. So like it just
The lights
captures
come on or
all
what?
the summer. No,
that's crazy.
Wow.
just
Especially
Yeah.
because in the Sandlot, they're specifically like, there's only one night a year that we can play baseball, and it's the 4th of July when the fireworks make the sky light enough for us to be able to
Oh,
play.
Yeah,
oh, that's neat. Oh, that's really neat. I don't. I
that's
forgot
cool. I forgot
I need to
about that
rewatch
too.
it. You're giving me like all
Damn.
like heart.
Yo, that's a
Well,
Forrest
if
Gump.
y'all ever need to
Shawshank
borrow my
Redemption style
copy,
movie.
that.
Whoa!
I think it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So
All right, so
All right,
let's
Taylor,
draw one
your
more
turn.
topic and have a. Oh, sorry, Taylor. Go ahead.
We're just gonna do Taylor's movie.
this is our last.
That was our
topic.
last one.
Sorry.
Um,
Okay.
So I
was gonna
definitely
have,
was
like, a
thinking The
one-word
Sandlot
response.
is one of the. Definitely thinking Sandlot was one of the movies on my list that I needed to mention. I feel like I'd be amiss if I did not mention Do the Right Thing. It is a movie that
Ooh,
literally
okay.
takes place in the middle of a heat wave throughout one day in Brooklyn, and how the heat wave causes people to themselves get a little heated about certain things. It's a really good movie, very topical, and you should check it out because it shows what the heat can do to you. But
I don't think I've seen
personally,
that one.
oh my god,
I
no,
definitely
that is
haven't.
Spike Lee's
I've
crown
always
jewel.
wanted to.
I have not.
Spike Lee's crown jewel. Run, do not walk. If you're going to see any Spike Lee movie, that should be the one.
What
It's-
should I watch first, Sandlot or
Same
what is
time.
it? Do the Right Thing.
Do the right.
Like
Okay, well, you've already seen The Sandlot, so I don't want to tell you to go watch The Sandlot, but I want to tell you to go watch The Sandlot.
like
Do
Sophie's
the right.
Choice.
They're very different movies. Obviously, The Sandlot is The Sandlot. Do the Right Thing is a very, dramatic, more serious tone of a movie. It definitely broaches on the topic of, racism and things like that, and how things can get a little heated, both physically and emotionally. So definitely watch that
Oh,
movie.
so we
But
still
personally,
believe in
I think
racism?
yeah. But personally, if I'm running to go cool down in a heat wave and I need to watch a movie, I think one of the things I think about is Jaws.
Wow.
It's a good summer movie.
Classic summer movie. Not only that, but also it takes place on the beach. It takes place in the water.
Yeah.
Everything about it just screams like beach breezes and cool, crisp ocean water. I don't know. It makes me feel like I'm there and not dying in the heat
Or getting eaten by sharks.
or getting eaten by a shark.
Yeah. I feel like I just missed out on Jaws, so I'm never going to see it.
You've never seen Jaws?
Because
There is never a wrong time.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure, like, the people who saw it for the first time saw it the right time. You know what I mean? Like,
What
I
you
saw
need to
The
do is
Exorcist,
you need to
and I
find-
laughed.
I kind of did the same thing though. Like I was
Yeah.
deprived of The Exorcist for so long growing up. Like I said, my parents were very lax about, giving us freedom to do things. The one
Right.
movie that I was forbidden to watch, just one, was The Exorcist. So because I wasn't
Okay.
allowed to watch it for so long, when I finally got old enough to watch it on my own, I feel like it had been hyped up to a level that it could never reach. So
Right.
I was not as scared as I was hoping I would be.
It was
Oh,
one of the funniest
I hate
movies I ever saw in my life.
Same.
And
we grew up Catholic, Jess and
Yeah.
I, so you
don't
don't fuck
do-
yourself with a crucifix. No.
Oh, I mean,
No.
that part was definitely like lewd, but I mean, it didn't make me laugh or anything, but it didn't terrify me. I was just like, that's gross.
Yeah, it is gross.
Nope.
painful.
Mhm.
Definitely grosser than getting eaten by a shark. That's for sure.
Okay.
I take
Yeah.
a shark.
think.
This is a great way to stop the show.
Awkward pauses.
Everybody.
We just like title it like better than
Would
eaten
you
by a
rather?
shark or
Hey guys,
Oh, that is.
it's been
Oh, that is a
pleasure.
good one.
Thanks for
It is.
listening. My name is Josh. I'm on JR Berkeley at the Gram, and GORP shows on Twitter. Anytime you want to talk, please give us any suggestions for the next theme.
Yeah, find me on Instagram at JULIRAGAN and give me some feedback on my giggle.
Google.
I'm on TikTok and I made an Instagram, Bookish Nerdy Jess, all one word. That's where you can find me.
Awesome. And I am Taylor Stone. As always, find me on all the things at It's Taylor Stone. Please remember to like, subscribe, rate, review this podcast. Tell your friends, tell your family. We're here to have a good time. Thank you so much for joining us. Come back next week.
Keep on
Bye.
gorping.
Bye.